love it. Where would you two find that? It's hilarious. Where would you two find that little contraption?
Well,
It's
actually,
hilarious.
it's a phone. Are we live?
Okay.
We live?
On half. Now y'all not live on Instagram yet, so one second. But you're live everywhere else.
Okay.
All right, y'all. What's going on? How y'all doing? What's up, Kesia?
What's up now?
You be back again for another show?
Back again. I decided to come back.
I'm not too bad, huh?
You actually all good.
Hey, y'all, we locked in right here at the Fifth and Crawford Polish Shop right downtown, right next to the Pancake House, doing the show live. The live Kesia with Joe in the morning show.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you?
Just really becoming, I think, acclimated to actually living in the city of Birmingham.
What do you mean acclimated? What does that mean?
Acclimated, meaning I'm in sort of like the region that's very walkable, in and near the south side, and just sort of becoming acclimated to city living. Now, keep in mind, you may not have known this, you all may not have known this, but I never, even though I moved here back in 1996, I've never, ever lived in Birmingham. I've always lived in the county. I was like in a mile from McAdory, like sandwiched between. I know, right?
So what's that supposed to mean?
Well, that's supposed to mean I'm enjoying city living. I feel like I'm a part of the city.
Okay, so before we do all that, hey y'all, hey TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, how y'all doing? Because she just jumped right into the show without even speaking to the people.
I know.
I'm just saying.
You just wanted me to speak, and I just went all in.
I mean, you usually take over. That's all. You usually take over the show. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what you do. Hey, y'all, do us a favor. Before you guys get into it, if you're just chiming in, do us a favor, share and subscribe to our channel. Okay, if you're on the Joe Like a Show channel or if you're on the Kesia channel, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. It's free.
Yes.
Comment, say hello, and then drop back by because y'all don't want to go anywhere. Guess who we got coming on the show today?
Oh man.
A celebrity photographer.
A celebrity photographer.
Yes, Uncle Bob. Well, I can call it Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the building. We're gonna be talking about, the AI and how it actually changed the industry. But I'm surprised his ass. I mean, I'm sorry, but I know it's more than time. I'm sorry. My bad.
It's all good.
My bad. But I want to
wrong.
talk to him about longevity in marriage because I want to know how his lovely wife Tessa, how she put up with him.
After all
Don't
these
tell him I
years.
said that, but listen. Y'all see me, I can tell him I said that, but listen. He's a butthole. Y'all think I'm one. Nobody likes him for real. I mean,
But he's so nice to me, though. Is it just he's nice to me?
You can say that if you want to. But
He's
listen,
nice to me.
he's smart and intelligent, one of the baddest boys in the
Yes.
photographer game. But what I tell you?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about that later on in the show today. Also, we got some stuff that's going to be coming up in our news this morning. And also on the show today, I want to talk about, y'all the same thing. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But Keith, what's going on?
So first of all, we did not coordinate this. And do you see that
What?
he's actually wearing blue today? We didn't put,
You
what's
know
up?
something? The odd couple. What are the odds of it? Because I really
feeling a
we
little
never
left
coordinate.
We never coordinate.
We never, because
No.
I would never tell you what I'm wearing. Because you always like, what? No one knows what I'm going to wear when I come in. Because they be like, what the hell is he going to have on today?
Yeah, because there's a lot of talk out in those streets about your wardrobe.
What is wrong with my wardrobe?
I didn't say anything. I said there's a lot of talk. But you know what though? I will tell you this. They may just be using it as an opportunity to sort of talk to me, to get to you. And that's perfectly understandable. Look, I'll arrange the shopping trip.
Well, I got one woman says she want to take me shopping.
Yeah,
So I'm paying for it, but she's going to take me shopping. So you guys hang out for that video to me coming soon. I'm actually going to be going shopping. I'm still trying to say, I think I look pretty debonair myself. I'm just saying, I think I look pretty good.
I don't have any problem with it. You're very,
You know what I'm
very neat. Yeah, a very sharp, very nicely dressed man.
I mean,
now that's what I would say, but it's on you ladies. It doesn't matter.
Would
what
you
Lisa
take me
says.
out on a date with looking like this?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
all.
you wouldn't be too bad for my brand.
Wait a minute. Too bad.
You wouldn't be too bad for my brand.
Wow.
You wouldn't be too bad.
At least she honest.
And at least nephew says thank you.
At least she
I'm
honest.
And as
Well, you
we
won't
go
be too
on-
bad for my brand.
Oh.
Nah, how about that?
Nah, you can't reuse it. Yeah, it don't have the same
you can't reuse
effect.
that. That's like retaliation.
It is retaliation.
Yeah, that's retaliation.
It is. It's
I was
petty.
just kidding.
It's petty. No, you wasn't.
I
Hey,
was.
when people show they send a lot, I believe them. So when they show their true color, believe them. It's okay.
I was just kidding. Coffee?
going on in the news this morning?
So since you said I just jumped right in, because you know how I do sometimes, I really did jump right in.
You did.
I wanted to say that, so I'm really loving living in the city of Birmingham. I've been here almost 30 years, okay? And I've only been in the city, actual city limits, for 6 months. And I have to say, in the news, you always talk about, I love it, I love it, I love it. Living in the city of Birmingham, I walk everywhere. I come and walk to the coffee parlor here. And one of the things that people always talk about is crime. And what I will say, I will give the city its kudos, because you all always know that I'm always pitching and always sharing what we have with the Birmingham Times. And on one of the stories that we cover in there, the city, I will give them their credit. They are putting money toward crime prevention. And one of the strategies that they use is to start when kids are young. Do you think that's an effective strategy, starting it with the 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds?
I think it's a great effort.
Great effort.
And kudos to the mayor and his team, what they're doing.
Sure.
But what we got to do as a community, we have to do our part too. The mayor, the police department can only be able to do so much when they leave the house.
Totally agree.
But us as a community, we have to make sure that when our kids, it starts at home.
Yes.
Let me just say this. Crime prevention starts at home.
Yes.
The prevention goes out if your kid happen to get around a bad crowd.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That they may do something different. Now, that's where Randall and the police department, their stuff comes in. So I'm going to give kudos to our mayor. Love what he's doing with the city and everything he's doing. But if we don't join in as a community and start to be better parents at home to our kids, right? What they're going to do, unfortunately, would not work. The mayor needs us. The mayor needs the community to help too.
They have things like, and I'll just close out by saying Common Ground, which you and I are pretty familiar with working with those students. There's a Restore program. There are many, many other programs, but I will co-sign on what you said, and that's what the city and the police officers and everyone says, that sure, they have a role and they're going to come and support. But at the end of the day, what happens in your household, parents, we have to take responsibility.
And I would also, if anybody can tag the mayor and say, we'd love to have him on the show to talk about what they're actually doing in the city, and actually some of the things he would like to see the parents in the community try to do to help his efforts.
Why don't I ask him? Since it's our city council, so why don't I ask him and see?
Sure, I'd be glad to have him or someone from representative from his office come down and talk about this on the show, because even though we do this show and we have fun, we do want to see our city grow. We do want our city safe. Because I can sit right now and say, we're sitting on the south side.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Everybody's walking around. There's no crime. We don't feel, harassed or anything. So the mayor, what they're doing, he's doing a great job. But it's the inner city that you're seeing. It's just pockets. Birmingham's not a bad place.
That's right. That's right.
The kids are not bad.
That's right.
It's just pockets where certain things are just happening, and it's too much to get into in this show today. Yeah. But it's going to take a full effort from all of us to make this actually help our youth out, so they can live to be and have a productive life as adults.
That's right. That's right. Be able
did I sound intelligent?
You did. You did. Good job.
Well, thank you. I can sound intelligent sometimes.
No, all the time.
Sometimes.
Any news of the day you want to share?
News of the day?
You're kind of scaring me there.
Let me see. No, I don't really have news of the day. Anything that I'm doing. But let me ask you this, right?
Sure, go for it.
What new foods have you eaten this week? Have you eaten any foods this week? Anything?
Not. I'm so bored. Oh, actually, I actually have. I actually cooked for Easter. I went and purchased a turkey thigh. I don't know if you've ever eaten that before. A turkey thigh.
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
I had not eaten a turkey thigh before. It was delicious. I'm chicken thighs, familiar with all of that, but I'd never done a turkey thigh. So actually,
it's a lot of things you have never done. I'm worried about you.
I'm sheltered. I've been sheltered.
I'm really worried because you haven't been around Birmingham, Alabama.
No, not much.
And you haven't never eaten a turkey thigh.
Never eaten a turkey thigh.
So you bougie. No. See, I knew your ass was bougie. See, I knew that, right? Yes, you're bougie. So no, I want to know.
Yeah.
Next, I know y'all are thinking this, right? So how did you eat the turkey thigh?
I baked it.
No. How did you eat it?
That ain't what we asking.
Oh, that's not what you're asking.
No. We didn't say how you cooked it. We said how did you eat it? Did you pick it up, or did you get a fork and cut off?
She got a fork.
Ding, ding, ding. I cut it up in pieces because it was this is the chicken. This is the chicken thigh. The turkey thigh is like this.
Down.
Oh, this is the chicken thigh.
Uh-huh.
The turkey thigh is like this. So it's just like me taking this and eating like that. No.
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, I cut it up.
No. You
And
get that
put
turkey
some
thing, you put
strips
some hot
over
sauce
some
on there. You know what I mean? Roll that thing over, put some hot sauce up on there, and dip it in your favorite, and pick that thing up, put your little bib on and eat.
Put your bib on.
Yeah.
That's bougie.
No.
You don't put bibs on while you eat.
Well, it just depends. I have on white pants a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get all over because I'm going to tell you, this is the bad part when you eat like I do, right? No, but it gets in my beard.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? And
so how do you handle that? That's real talk. How do you handle that?
I don't. I just go ahead and let it get in there, and then
wash it out or whatever.
I pick up my phone, or if a female whip me out, get it out there.
Okay.
Baby, get that out of my beard.
And she does it?
No, she just come in.
And she'll wipe it out of your beard.
Yeah. I'm single.
You are. That's right.
Yeah, I'm single.
Oh, that's right. You can do whatever you want to do.
Say that again for the people in the back, because I think some of them didn't hear that.
You can do whatever you want to do as a single man.
Thank you.
No one's stopping you. No one's questioning you. If a woman wants to pick food out of your beard, whatever she wants to do, y'all can do it.
See, I ain't ready for that. I ain't ready to live that little TikTok song, everybody. What? Twin, where have you been? Nobody loves me quite right. See, I ain't ready to have it. I ain't ready to sing that song to nobody.
But let me tell you what's a little weird about that song. We don't have to stay here very long.
Uh-huh.
I love that song by Muni Long, but the video, it creeped me out.
What's the video of?
You haven't seen the video? Oh, nephew, have you seen the video of the Muni Long song Twin? Have you seen the video?
Man, I'll try not to listen to the song.
Oh, you're tired of it? Yeah, some people are sick of it. Like you love it. Absolutely. So in the video, let me just this is going to be a spoiler alert.
Okay.
But I think most people have seen the video. Like she's like obsessed with this man, and so apparently he has another family she didn't know about, or another whole situationship. And so she kidnaps his tail and she makes him computerized and makes him hers. I'm like, nah, that's not love. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. If he's got another family, deuces, peace. She went and kidnapped him, made him a robot, and just like, no, you were made for me. That's kind of scary.
Real quick, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you turn your mic on, sir?
Yeah, turn my mic on.
TikTok.
I'm sure I did.
The TikTok mic. You ain't coming through over there.
Oh,
okay. Hey, you got them coming in on Kesia Live saying, "Tell Joe." He needs to turn. There's no audio on TikTok.
Oh, my bad.
But he should be on now.
Okay, check it out.
Can they hear him now? He should be on.
I'm listening now.
It's on now. All right, my bad. I thought the microphone was on.
All good. Thank y'all for letting us know.
Well, I appreciate TikTok. I slowly apologize. You guys can go back to TikTok now. How you doing? It should be on now.
But yeah, that was much ado about nothing. But but here's what I will say: check out the video, and you'll have to tell me what you think about it. It creeped me out with that Muni Long song. I'm like, really? I love the song so much, but that's a little weird. Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay, so y'all do us a favor. If you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and share. Do that for me real quick. But I gotta ask our audience on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I want to ask them this. Okay? Yeah. Because a lot of people they scroll through TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What song are y'all sick and tired of hearing when y'all out there doing it? Because like every song that you out there, I'm gonna tell you, it's two songs that I'm sick and tired of right now. What songs are you sick and tired of?
Probably that Muni Long song comes pretty doggone close because you hear it all the time. I'm pretty tired of that one.
Okay.
What about
That's
you?
the only one?
That's the only one I can think of. I don't listen to a lot of music.
Okay, so what are songs y'all sick and tired of? I want to go to the audience and see what anybody out there on TikTok,
what
Facebook.
Songs are y'all sick of?
What songs are you, if you're on Facebook, or especially TikTok, right? Or stories. That's what it used to be in, like stories and reels, right? Mm-hmm. What song are y'all tired of hearing out there?
I have another one.
Okay, what is it?
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
But hold on. But what TikTok are you on? That's an old ass song.
They still have that song going on stories and different things like that.
No, you be listening to old folks because ain't no young folks playing that now. I'm sorry. No, hell. No. Ain't nobody. You got folks in this. Ain't nobody listen to This Is How We Do It for Montel Jordan on. You watching TikTok from 2013 or 14? Really?
Yes, like this is how we do it. This is how we do it for stories and different things like that. I'm like, every time I hear that, I still love that.
Okay, so y'all, dude, This Is How We Do It. Come up in y'all TikTok because I have not heard that in
maybe not TikTok. I'm on Facebook stories, so sorry TikTokers.
Facebook reels and stuff like that.
Okay,
Facebook
so
stories.
anybody saying what? Anybody saying out there? Is
My
anybody
folks
saying
are
anything?
quiet on this morning.
Okay.
They'll be in. They'll chime in.
So I'm gonna say this for me. Song that I'm sick and tired of is the Beyonce country song.
Oh, that's another one. This
Yes.
ain't Texas.
Yeah,
Hold
I'm sick and tired of that. It's a great song, but I'm going down, 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 down. Okay, and this one here, I was cool with it for a while.
Which one? Which one? I'm listening. Come on, let us have it. Share. Oh, this is Spence it all.
Okay.
Share.
Okay, so this song is what is it? Let me see how it goes.
Share.
Oh, I'm trying to get the song made because you done messed me up with Montel Jordan. Now I got that beat in my head. Really?
Yeah.
No, but the one to do. You know what I'm saying? Did you do a little dance?
Come on, help us out.
Y'all know the little dance.
I don't even know if you danced it right.
I
can't
do the
go.
dance. I probably do the dance right, but you know they do this.
No,
You know,
I don't
The
know it.
wasambi, whatever the thing is called.
I think I know.
Yeah,
exactly
everybody
what
knows
you're
what I'm
talking
doing.
about.
I can't do it, and I'm a pretty decent dancer.
Jason Derulo did this dance
Yeah.
yesterday.
And then, you know,
You tired of that?
I'm tired of hearing that song too.
Yeah, I know
That
exactly
song-
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm tired of hearing
strangely.
that song.
Okay, I don't know the name of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I just saw it yesterday, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that
It's a
song.
little too
That's for me,
Yeah.
right? You know, because everybody does it different, but I'm sick. You know, can we get a new dance and can we get a new song? I'm just saying.
Well, you know they got to make their waves. Everybody got to go through the media at least about a month.
And seriously though, some people have really gotten this Texas Hold'em. I mean, I know one guy. He goes through and does different dance routines, and he does it several times. And he does it in different scenes, different different locations, and he continues to make his money off of that. So I'm thinking to myself, if I knew how to dance, I guess that's what I would need to do. He'll do the same song.
But that's
Okay.
mind-numbing content.
Okay, but I
It
think at the
is.
end of the day, you know, I don't mind getting on the trend if it's fun.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a show or a guy that's a content creator
yeah,
that have to do every trend to get people to watch me. Because
Absolutely.
you're boring.
absolutely.
And when Uncle Boss come on the show, I want to talk to him about when it comes
Absolutely.
to branding and when it comes to, you know, people telling their story. How effective is people jumping on a trend?
Yes,
Because I'm gonna say before you get it, I'm just gonna say myself personally,
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest thing you can do.
to jump
Yeah.
on a trend.
If that's all you're doing.
Yeah,
If that's all you're
Yeah.
doing on the thing, you're jumping on the trend,
Yeah.
I think that's not good.
yeah.
And
Because
I smell coffee.
oh my
I
God!
smell coffee.
I got something for you.
Hi.
Salt and butterscotch from you, sir.
All right.
That was requested, and yours with macadamia milk.
Oh my God, you are the best.
Yes.
We have to say hello to
Go
you
ahead.
there.
Everybody's right there. Go ahead.
Good morning, hey everyone. Come on down, get some good coffee here.
And
Yeah.
what did you just give us?
That is the salt and butterscotch.
Mm.
Tried and true, our #1 seller for sure.
Wow.
I've been waiting for this.
And Joe has the regular milk, and I have the macadamia nut milk. More since I'm eating a little bit more plant based, so this is absolutely.
I eat
delicious.
plant based too.
I bet you.
I do.
You do?
I really do.
Oh, okay, cool.
I really do.
But you just use yours with the regular milk.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Good to see
Y'all
you.
look beautiful.
Oh,
All right, thank you so much.
you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey guys, we're right here. If you guys want to get some butterscotch coffee, filter coffee pot right down here, right next to Pancake House. We are live right here downtown Birmingham. Coming up on the show, we have the one and only, the exclusive photographer to celebrities, Uncle Boss from Boss for Media.
Absolutely.
When I say this guy, I've been knowing him for a long time, but the way he grew up in this business and became one of the renowned photographers that
Definitely.
he photographs everybody.
Yes.
You know, and this is one thing I'm gonna tell people. This interview is gonna be very exclusive because he don't do many interviews.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. He doesn't do very much.
He do not like to do a lot of interviews with people. So I am fortunate that we are friends and he actually agreed, because a lot of people try to get him to do interviews, but he's more of a behind the scenes type person.
Yeah.
So he don't like to do a whole lot of interviews.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. So since we
Yeah.
get into this, I was asked to go on a date this weekend.
How did it go? Did you go?
No.
Why didn't you go? Help me out. Why didn't you go?
Because I don't,
Birmingham's most eligible bachelor, and you didn't go out on a date?
yeah, I was asked out.
You were asked out.
You know, but it was sort of hinted. So I want to ask you this thing, right?
Yeah.
How do you turn down a woman politely? because I may have done it wrong.
You may have done it wrong.
I may have done it wrong. So y'all let me know, because I'm gonna tell you what I did, but y'all let me know how do you turn down a woman politely.
Yeah, we'd love to. We want to hear from you. My folks are a little quiet this morning.
Hey,
so I want to hear from you all. We are going to talk to Antonio Boswell about marriage and business and AI coming up. Remember to like and share and subscribe. We need you to share the broadcast, okay? We want you to do that for us. So turning, and you all help me out. I need some help here because this is sort of a tough question. How does a man turn down a woman? And you said politely?
Yes, because it wasn't that I didn't want to go out, but where I am right now in my life, I don't want to lead anybody on. Right, so I know I'm not going to have the time.
Okay.
So, I sort of kind of know that she wants, to
want something a little more,
a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And that's not what I want to do right now. So, what is a polite way to say it without saying it to a woman?
So I think so. You and I have known each other for over 10 years.
Right.
We've worked together for only about 2 months, a month and a half. And in the time that I have worked with you in producing this podcast, if there's anything that I understand, you've been very forthright, you've been very honest about saying, this is not the time for me to date right now. I'm gonna, I want to focus on some other things. I can have great friendships. So just like you explained it to me, that didn't come off offensive, what you just said.
Right.
It didn't come off as haughty or arrogant. You just explained it. You said, listen, when you tell a woman, here's where I am in life, you're absolute, if you find her attractive, don't tell her if you don't think she's attractive. Listen.
Well, wait a minute. I shouldn't tell her even if I don't think she's.
If you don't think she's attractive, don't tell her that. No, because if you do, that's an emotional ploy and an emotional play.
But I'm letting you down easy though.
No, but you're being deceptive because then that attaches to her emotions. Oh, well, he thinks I look good, or oh, he thinks I'm sexy, so I still may have a chance. So you don't even have to go there. You don't even have to do that.
So if I'm letting her know that I'm not going to talk to her, but I can't say she's beautiful. I can't say like, okay, you're beautiful. I think you're very attractive, but for right now, I can't say that. That's a trigger for her. That I may still want to be with her for real.
It could be. It could be, but and here's my question.
Okay, I'm learning something now. Okay.
Here's my question.
Sure.
Do you really find her beautiful, or are you just saying that to let her down easy?
For that young lady, yes.
You find her beautiful?
For that young lady, yes. But I can't say always. There's some women
that are not attractive. They're not attractive.
That's not. See, that's a bad word. Keith.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that they're not my type.
They're not your type. That's a better way
Not
to
my
say it.
type.
Okay, because it's always somebody for some. So you can, but just know in the back of your mind, you're going to have to be careful from that point in how you deal with her, because for some women that's a trigger, and for some women that's an excuse to try to still linger around. Well, he finds me beautiful. Oh my goodness. So so I'm not gonna, I'm not going anywhere. I won't just kind of hang around and still be in the whatever because it might come back around. But just be careful if you're gonna tell her that. I think you're beautiful. I find you beautiful, but this just isn't the best time. Just be careful about how you move going forward.
But this is what I did.
What did you do?
I said to her that she's like, "What? You want to go grab lunch?" I'm like, "Well, I would." I said, "But right now, I'm not in a place where I need to be grabbing lunch with anybody. I'm busy.
Wow.
I don't want it to lead to anything." She's like, "Well, no, it's not going to lead to anything." But the conversations or the text message that I've been dodging, right?
Yeah.
Says all of that to me, right? And
says that she wants more.
Yes, because when the person,
Yes.
to me, when the person is trying and they're trying, because I don't mind a woman shooting a shot. I really don't, because that's attractive to me. Don't shoot a shot, ladies. But
that's interesting, because most times we're taught not to shoot our shot. Or
women these days shoot a shot.
Women need to shoot their shot.
Women these days do.
Y'all taught that from other women.
Women these days do shoot a shot.
That's the change.
Yes,
that's how things.
Bruno
have changed.
Mars, I like him. That's my dog.
Why? What did he
That's
say?
my dog.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
Leave the door open. So
and I love that song. I
I'm
don't get
saying,
tired of that song.
listen, Bruno Mars has taught women well. They have started to open up the door, and if a woman likes you, she lets you know that there's an opening for you. So I'm really happy for that. But no,
I agree with that. But keep going.
But women do leave the door open for you.
I agree with that. Okay.
But here's the part: is that when I told her, right? When I, wow, did you see what this lady just did? She saw him getting ready to turn around, y'all.
And she jumped
And
right
she jumped
on
right.
in.
She jumped right into that
Ooh,
parking
She
space.
about to hit the car.
Chronicles of Southside
Southside.
Birmingham. We have the street
Oh,
right in front of us.
man.
Can I give a shout out to a few people
Sure,
who are
sure,
watching
sure,
with
go
us?
ahead, yeah.
Erica Bunker was on here. Shakita Pope Maxwell was on here. Hey, Shakita. Hey, Lamar Story. Hey, Vicky Gary. I wanted to say hi to you all. I know we're kind of talking, and it's kind of a little bit of a challenge, sort of following. We've got new equipment, so it's been a little bit of a challenge following who all is talking to
And
us.
if you see about over there,
But
make
come
sure.
on back in.
Yeah,
We
I
want to
got
shout you
Okay.
out and want to make sure that you share out the broadcast.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but keep
No,
on
but,
going.
but nephew's going to talk to the people over there.
Okay.
So he's going to read their comments as we go along.
Okay,
So if you
sounds
guys are out there, make sure nephew will read your comments. So,
Oh, I got a few.
Huh?
Y'all Instagram was buzzing off.
okay.
Over here, somebody said, "Good morning, Kesia, from Echoed Highlands." I think this is Kenny Wisely.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kim.
We got some other folks that just joined in over there with some very crazy names. Can't say it all. Trent just came in over here.
What's up, Trent, dog?
And
Trent.
then we
Hey,
got
we need to get Trent on the show.
we do.
Hey, Trent Richardson.
And then somebody
Trent, I need you to come down to the show, bro.
You need to
I
come
want to
down
contact
here.
you after. I'll contact you later on today.
Hold tight. I'm a Bama alum too.
I want to
Trent.
know what Trent think about since Nick Saban left. I want to get him on the show.
Yeah.
And then somebody else said Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic.
Yeah.
Weird, they wear it out. That's a song they don't.
Miss Little Mama.
Oh.
See, that song right there. I can't say the word, but it's
Yeah.
Miss Little Mama.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's the song I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that song.
I don't know the name of it.
I
but-
I don't know
got
the
you.
words. I don't know.
So as we were moving on, here and seeing some of our comments. Hey, Vicky, good morning. Hey, Vanessa, good morning. Hey, Joe
No.
Lockett,
We're
ladies.
not
A
gonna do that.
single
We're not-
Joe Lockett.
No, we're not gonna do that. I saw that. Okay, just so y'all know, I saw that BS. But
Me too.
anyway,
I was just
nothing. Hey, y'all make sure you guys stay locked in. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we got the one and only Antonio Bosworth on A Bosworth from Me. He's gonna be here on the show talking about the difference in AI and how it has changed the system. And also, I gotta hit my boy because this is my road dog. He's like my brother, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask him a tough question. I want to know how the hell his beautiful wife put up with him. I want to know that. I'm gonna ask him on the Kesia Joe show. I'm gonna ask him a tough question. So he's gonna be here hanging out with us in a little while, y'all. But I want to say is what I did tell a girl though. I told her, in certain terms, like, hey, this is, I really don't think we should go to lunch together because I think, it could probably lead to, a misunderstanding.
misunderstanding.
Because I think sometimes when you spend time with people, even though they say they're cool with it, it's not okay. It's not. So I've learned my lesson from this. So I turned it down. And I saw the expression on her face, right? And it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She was
wow.
disappointed.
Yeah. And did I do wrong, y'all? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Was I wrong here on this one here? Was I wrong for saying it's not you, it's me?
Yes.
Wait, you say he was wrong, nephew?
Because everybody
maybe
don't read that the same.
Everybody doesn't read that the same.
But it's true. It's not. It wasn't her.
I got
me.
I got that point.
Okay, come on.
And by all means, if that's the truth, say your truth, sir.
Uh-huh.
But you know how most folks read that?
Uh-huh.
You're saying this to get away from the truth.
Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Vicky. Okay,
Okay.
Vanessa.
Most folks hear that as you
Hey,
don't think
Vanessa.
I'm strong enough, or you don't want to feel like I'm worth enough for you to tell me the actual truth. It's not you, it's me. It's something a lot of folks get off their chest,
Okay, but how
to
can you tell people the
avoid
truth when it's the truth?
being truthful.
You can't compete with that. You cannot compete with their interpretation. As long as you are speaking your truth, you cannot. I was sharing with this, and we have Vicky on here, Vanessa on here, Vanessa's Ocampo. We have Vanessa Williams. Y'all,
Vanessa Williams.
Vanessa Williams. I know, not the actress.
I was gonna say.
I wouldn't be here if I was friends with Vanessa Williams.
You saw my whole.
Okay, right.
No, I'm trying to get on the show.
Okay, right.
Miss-
She knows Rick
Miss
Foss is
Kesia.
with you right now. You know
No,
what I'm
he's
saying?
not.
And I see Rick Foss.
What you got going on? You had a whole bunch of fireworks going off when Vanessa Williams popped
Yeah.
up.
Vanessa Williams.
Hey, let us know what the bottom line will come. We get Uncle Boss will be coming on to the show.
So, but I was having the discussion with someone the other day, and it was a situation, and ladies, I'm here. We want to hear from you, because are we right about this? Nephew says that when people say it's not you, it's me. I agree. In some instances, that's a scapegoat. That's not taking responsibility. It's, for instance, if someone is in a relationship and says, "Well, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore." It's not you, it's me. Sometimes that can come off as in, okay, well, you're just trying to let me down easy, or it's just something about that doesn't sound genuine. But in some other cases, I've had situations where it's, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And here's the deal. It's not about you anymore. It's not about what you want. It's not about what you're doing. It's me. I've changed. I've shifted. I've moved. So in that case, that truly is, and it truly means it's not about you. Mm-hmm. At this point, I've made a decision. So in those cases, I think that you have to speak your truth. And I think you have to stand on your truth.
See, so that's what I feel. Stand on business, as the young folks say.
Stand on business.
Stand on business, because
in relationships.
And I'm saying this because I really felt bad that I was telling the truth.
Yes.
I mean, listen do y'all hear what I'm saying? Have y'all ever been in this situation? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Have y'all ever been in a situation where you told somebody the truth, but you felt bad, but it was the truth, but you knew that they didn't believe what you were saying?
So I'm real. Okay, so you all know that I'm
bougie.
Yes. And in my other job, I'm a certified life coach. So as a life coach, as it comes to, and I see this in relationships all the time, we don't say, we don't move, we don't whatever for fear of what the other person thinks. There comes a point, and we're the 50 and Fabulous Club, and I have a lot of 50 and Fabulous people are close to it watching with us. Miss Carolyn,
I'll be 54 in a couple of months.
You'll be 54. Go for it. I'll be 52 in May. You are in
July.
In July. Right. So we're the 50 and Fabulous.
What are we gonna do for our
birthday? Celebrate. But I deal with this a lot in the coaching space where people are so concerned. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal. If you look at the cute little pug, he's coming. So we have a cute little pug coming into the coffee shop. Come on. If you are in a situation and if you have moved, I think it's irresponsible. This is Kesia's opinion. If you all don't agree, please comment. I'm trying to watch for your comments. I'm not seeing as much though. But I think we're responsible for telling people truth. Mm-hmm. I don't believe we're responsible for their reactions. I don't believe that. I don't believe, because you telling me, because she could have seen it in that moment as, well, Joe is rejecting me. But Joe was truthful.
But this is the thing I'm going to say to y'all women. Y'all get on my nerve with this. Seriously.
Get on his nerves.
No, because I think sometimes it's a ploy from women, right? And I think men do it too. But me, being a man, I see women do this, and I think they want you to change your mind because they know if they react a certain way, mm-hmm. you're going to either ease up and say, well, let's see, or something.
Let's see.
Right.
But okay, so see, I'm on the different side of that. That's a good point.
No,
you've experienced that.
I have experienced, you know what I'm saying? Because a woman, number one, when she comes after you or she opens up that door, she don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't want to be rejected.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But women always say, tell me the truth.
Yeah.
So if I know at the end of the day that I'm not in a place, or I see that you're in a place where I don't want to go.
Yes. You're telling them the truth.
Isn't it right for me to say to you in the best way I can? Because see, I can be rude as hell. I'm like, something? No, I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? But I seriously. So, but I have listened to you, Coach K, and try to soften it up.
Yeah.
And not come as direct. Because for me, directness is my strong point.
Yes.
This dancing around the block, Coach K, is not
your strong point.
And I'm feeling some kind of way about it because I would rather just say, hey, listen, right? This is what it is. Yeah. Take it and leave it. I don't care how you feel about it. But I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're changing?
No. I may have to revert back to what I'm saying because I don't like the way I felt.
He's like non-emotional, like all dude.
I'm very non-emotional.
Like all dude. And I'm all the emotion over here. I'm empathy and all that kind of stuff. So that's why
because she heard one of my conversations one time. She's like, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah. Joe, that was just harsh.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I got off the phone like.
Yeah. Antonio, y'all need to come on. I'm on my third apple juice and they're $5. We need to bring him on over here.
It's not, but I mean, it's on y'all.
Bring him on. Let's go.
He don't control this show. He don't control this show. No, he could be on 10 apple juices. I told him.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't give a, listen, that's my boy. I told him the bottom of the hour. If it was after the bottom of the hour, I would say cool. But the bottom of the hour,
What's
sir.
the bottom of the hour? Hey, Gloria.
11.
Hey, Miss Peggy.
Huh?
Peggy is my friend. What's the bottom of the hour? What time?
Oh, you've been past 10:30.
Oh, yeah, it's 10:30.
You've been past 10:30.
Yeah.
That's the bottom of the hour, sir.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he's right.
Yeah. Come on.
All right,
Uncle
come on.
Boswell.
All right, let's bring over Uncle
Come
Bob.
on,
I
Uncle
said the
Boswell.
bottom of the hour, y'all.
You told me that at 10:35.
It's still the bottom of the hour.
It's
Top of the
okay.
hour, top. But anyway,
It's okay.
let's bring in the one and only.
But y'all, I still say, so y'all want to see Uncle Boswell? Come on, bro.
Come on,
He's got his apple juice over there. So but I still will say, y'all, as Joe kind of transitions, and if I'm out here by myself, y'all let me know. But if this gentleman is honest with you, and if a gentleman shares from the bottom of his heart with you,
Yes,
and you get offended, do I need to move on? And you get offended?
Or you want to sit on the end? You want to sit on the end and put her in the middle?
Yes.
All right, let's put
No,
her
I
in the
don't
middle.
mind. I'll get in the middle. Moni in the middle.
It's a
Kesia in the
beautiful
middle.
woman in the middle.
But I will say this as well again.
Y'all
I
look
just-
coordinated.
Huh?
Y'all look too coordinated.
Who all's coordinated?
Everybody got on blue.
Is everybody coordinated?
I was about to grab yours because I see the red lipstick.
Don't drink out of my stuff.
Hey,
I don't know
do
who
me a
you-
favor. Look
I
at
don't know who
look
the
at that,
single
look at that
guys
camera
think
right
is.
there on the other side.
Hey,
See, are you in the picture?
Hey,
Because he can't get up.
I don't see who.
Is the other chair in the picture over there?
I would say no.
Okay.
You want to slide it back a little bit? Slide
Well,
it.
you know. Yeah. Is everybody in the shot?
Just Kesia.
Okay. Because we moved everything around. So why he's getting the camera set up for? Because he's a camera guy.
Moni in the middle. Y'all, you didn't hear my joke, so I'm gonna have to share it now
Go ahead.
during this intermission. And by the way, friends, I want you to all like and share the broadcast. We don't ask you for anything, but we are about to talk real business now with this businessman, and also we're gonna talk relationships. It's related because he's been married a long time, so we're gonna get some marriage wisdom from him. But the joke was, and Antonio, you can hear this, and nephew, you can hear it. Joe said, I almost picked up your cup and drank your coffee. And I said, I'm so glad that you didn't, because I don't know who you've been kissing, and I don't want your lips on my cup.
Nobody did lately.
He is the single man, one of the most eligible bachelors in Birmingham. I don't want you. What did he say? Nobody lately.
Nobody lately.
Do you believe that?
Y'all ain't got to. I don't care. I'm just going back to the raw meat now. I don't give a damn what y'all. I'm telling you, I ain't been kissing nobody lately. How about
Not
that?
lately.
See, I try to be
Lately.
nice, but see, I try to be nice to folks.
Yeah, but we don't
You
want to. We don't act
you
right.
like my glasses?
I do. Those are kind of smooth.
But-
Antonio is laughing.
No, I put these on because we're gonna be talking about AI. So now the other like Will I am.
Dude.
So you kind of look like we about to go skiing with ski balls
Yeah.
and a skull cap on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
look kind of out of spacey sort of kind of.
You are spacey, that's for sure.
Among
Boss.
other things.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
We
man.
appreciate you having us, man.
Thank
We know that you don't do a lot of interviews, and so I know when I called you, you was hesitant about it. But I do appreciate you taking the time to come down and hang out with us this morning, man. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I do want to say thank you to you and Kesia for having me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to be in front of the camera. I'm a behind the scenes production guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get to sit here with two people who I've been dealing with for years, I gotta come. We gotta talk business. We gotta talk relationships. Because in our private lives, in our business lives, I was thinking about it on the way here, and I cannot count the amount of time that I've had conversations with you about life and business, and I can't count the amount of time that I've had conversations with you about life and business. So
Absolutely.
what two other people doesn't sit down and talk to than people that I already talked to?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And what
right.
I want to do today, man, because we know you, but the audience doesn't know you, right? So go ahead and want everybody to know, tell them who you are. You know what I'm saying? This is Antonio Boswell. He got a photography company, one of the best boys. Go tell the audience a little bit about you, man.
So my name is Antonio Boswell. Most people call me Boz.
Uncle Boss.
Uncle Boz. Call me Uncle Boz. I call myself a media specialist. And I changed that from photography because photography has always just been one part of what I call my arsenal. So I consider myself a storyteller. I majored in broadcast journalism, and when I was in school, I tried to learn everything that I could So when I got out into the world, I would have more options. So photographer is just one of the things that I've done, one of the things that I do now. Most people know me as a photographer, but I have a degree in broadcast journalism. I worked in investigations for over 25 years. So I think my skill set may be a little bit different than most photographers. So I took the name photographers off and I started calling myself a media specialist. That's what I do professionally. I was in investigations over 20 years. I've been married for, it was going to be 19 years on May 28th.
2 days before my birthday.
Okay. And my wife is Taysom.
Hey, Taysom.
My daughter lives in Montgomery.
That's the better half of the relationship.
The most better half of the relationship.
Yes.
So, and I will say everything that I just said would not be possible if it were not for my wife. Especially my journey going into being an entrepreneur. I could not have made that switch, could not have made that change, could not have been successful if it were not for my wife, Taysom.
Okay, awesome. I got so many stories that I can tell about us. But I want to go ahead and pick it back off this, but I do want to say one thing before I get into your beautiful wife and your story. I stole his degree. His degree that he went to school for that he wasn't using, I stole it. Seriously. That is why I'm in journalism today. And I have to give you big ups. I've done it in private, but I do it out in public now. When I got in radio, I didn't know what I was doing. Right? I had no idea on anything when it came to radio. And I talked to him about the plan that I wanted to do. And not knowing that he was going to teach me along the way. I knew he had the background, but I didn't know he was going to actually teach me. So when I got my radio show, he was there day one. And he was telling me how to format, how to do the stuff, what I needed to go do, right? I got my friend on me. I'm thinking I'm good, right? I'm telling y'all a quick story, we're gonna get into the interview. He know what I'm finna tell. 6 o'clock in the morning is when I first started in America, okay? You know how you start smelling yourself as a young man, right? You got all your boys up in the studio trying to put everybody on radio. So, you know, everybody found out I had a radio show, so everybody wanted to come onto the radio, be on the radio in the morning, right? So I got just like morning, we got the parking lot full of folks. Folks coming in, want to get on the radio, coming in, we had the hour show, right? He pulls me to the side. He's like, hey bro, this your show, you paying for it. He said, but I ain't signed up for this. You're not paying me to be here, right? He said, you can do what you want to do, right? He said, but if they stay, I go. It was a break. I don't know what had happened during the show, or I had said or whatever was going on, but he didn't like what the hell he saw, whatever. But when it came down at a 15-minute break, he pulled me outside. Well, let's just say this. When at 15-minute break, I told everybody to get the hell out.
Okay.
That was it.
What was going on?
I have no idea. I didn't care.
Oh, wow.
But I knew at the end of the day that I was not going to make it with my boys or my friends. I was going to make it with him. So I kicked everybody. I said, hey man, y'all got to go. I did not. He I didn't hesitate. I kicked I said, everybody get their ass out. I said, y'all gotta go. Right. And then I said, bro, from now on, whatever you need me to go do, yes sir and no sir. Right. That's what I'm gonna say your asshole. I said
productive. Yeah.
He's productive.
No, well, the way I see it is what I'm hearing is you stand on business.
I do. I stand on business and I care about people. And I especially care about my friend when it comes to business. What was going on in the studio was not business. And think about what Joe just said. He realized that he was not going to make it with his friends. That wasn't about friendship. That was about business. He was paying money to be in that studio. My time is valuable. If we're going to do it, let's do it and let's be successful at it. We can get together and hang out after the show and laugh and talk and have fun. But if you're paying for this, and I know your dream is truly your dream, it's a certain what we need to do, especially if I'm going to be involved.
And I want them to listen out of both sides of their ears. We come on here, we're talking relationships a lot of times. And we're going to get to that part as well because he's been married for almost 2 decades. 2 decades coming up in a couple of months. But as far as business, you've said this gentleman, he's quiet. He's not flashy. He doesn't call a lot of attention to himself. But there is a wisdom that comes with him. So much so, we can say it, but it's recognized amongst our peers because you are the president of
Birmingham Metro Black Chamber of Commerce.
Birmingham Metro Black Chamber of Commerce. I remember back in the day when I don't know, I never worked with you back with the Black Chamber. You may not have been a part, but I was a part of the chamber. You were part of the chamber too. We may have missed each other with timing back in the day.
No, we didn't. I saw you.
You saw
just,
me?
Just the other side.
You just didn't see him. He didn't have on those hats and glasses.
Oh, okay,
so
right.
you probably missed it.
Yeah.
I used to speak to her and everything.
I'm my bad.
And she
I'm
just
so
kept
sorry.
But you know,
that's
kept
going.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, how you doing? You good? Thank you.
I'm not making this easier for myself.
You're not, because I saw you plenty of
this.
times. I saw you plenty of times. Spoke to you plenty of times. So don't do that, man.
That's my bad. That's my bad. Do you forgive me?
No, but you know, it is.
Well, you're sitting here, so obviously.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah.
I tolerate it.
Okay, thank you. But this gentleman has so much wisdom.
Yeah.
And it just oozes out of him. You know, it does. It's like when you talk to him, just ask him a question. And when you ask him, and this is for the serious folks. This is for the folks who stand on business. If you're not serious, you know, this 1, 2, 3, 4 entrepreneurs here. And for those of you who want to start your own business, who want a business wisdom, if you're not going to stand on business, move on out of the way. He doesn't have the tolerance for that. But if you want to know how to succeed, Miles is going to tell you, and he'll tell you the truth.
And I'm going to say this to end that story that I had, right?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Before she, again,
I'm sorry.
jump into my story.
That's
time.
right. Jump right in.
Anyway, when I listened to him, a year later, maybe 2, I'm not for sure, I got a call from MSNBC and Fox News.
And
right.
You were on MSNBC.
I was on MSNBC and Fox News. I got different hits, right? Because, honest to God, truth, America, because I listened to him. Because what he taught me, right?
Yes.
And he positioned me.
Yes.
He took pictures for me and taught me the game of media and radio talk show host. This young man got me on MSNBC, Fox News. And guess who was there with me, making sure that I looked presentable and was ready?
Him.
It was him and Comedian Joe.
Comedian Joe.
Both of them were there to make sure that I was ready to stand in front of the camera, had me pause, doing the breaks, talking to me, hey, you need to do this, make sure you say this, make sure you do this. When I say this man is one of the baddest boys in the business, he took a guy who knew nothing about radio, and now I'm one of those guys, right, that everybody comes to, and I can do radio and TV very easily. I stole his degree, and I appreciate you for that, bro.
Anytime. And I appreciate you. And that's what it's all about. We're supposed to take our experience and our talents and what you call wisdom, and we're supposed to share it. If I can't share what I know, if I can't share what I've done, then I feel like what I know and what I've done is in vain. So I feel like if I go and learn something, I'm supposed to bring it back. I'm supposed to bring it to my family, to my community, to my friends, to my people. And Joe has always given me accolades about what I've done for him. But at the same time, Joe did things for me. Like you said, Kesia, I like the background. I'm a natural, comfortable introvert. I can go into a room and not say anything to anybody. Nobody can say anything to me, and I'm totally fine. But when I left corporate and wanted to come into my own company as a photographer, no one knew who I was. So how did I go from no one knowing who I was to being one of the most known names in Birmingham? It's called Joe Lockett. When Joe goes into a room, they don't know who Joe Lockett is because he's gonna tell them. Yeah. So if I'm with Joe Lockett, who does he introduce after he introduces Joe Lockett?
Yeah.
Boss.
Wow.
So that's how people got to know Boss, because I was in private investigations. No one knew who I was. Okay. No one knew what I did, and it was designed that way. But coming into photography, people have to know who you are. They have to see your images. My connection with Joe got my name out there, got my face out there. Our stories, they both parallel, and we help each other.
Okay, novel concept. Okay, thank you for that, for leading me into this novel concept. I was listening to one of our favorite podcasters, what's our guy, Shannon Sharp, and he had a comedian on his show. And he talked about, the comedian on there said, you know, I noticed that some people, I love technology, someone's right here on air, but he said, in our community, he said, the comedians, we bash each other, we do not support one another. He said, Godfrey.
Yeah.
He said these comedians who do not look like us in other cultures, they have each other on their podcasts. They're doing the same thing with each other, but they make each other famous. They make each other go viral. That, hey man, you doing so? Come on, why don't you come on a podcast? Hey man, yeah, I'm gonna have you on so and so. He said, but we as comedians don't do that. And the thing that I see, he said, we as, let me be specific, Black comedians don't do that. The thing that I love, and even me standing from afar kind of watching, you know, I did know it was Joe and his people. Y'all supported one another. So I love, and can you talk to that in business, just the importance of supporting?
Let me be honest again. Sometimes it's set up. Yeah, sometimes it's set up. So I called Joe and said, "Hey, things are kind of slow. Let's get on social media and go back and forth and get a little bit of attention. So that's the way it's done. But it doesn't hurt. It actually helps to find the right people to connect with. We say it all the time, but it's hard. Let's talk about failure, or what we call failure. Look at the numbers of marriages that fail.
Over 50% for first marriages.
Look at the number of businesses that fail.
Well, I can't, over 80%.
Both high numbers. So why is that? Because it's hard to find the people to connect with.
There's that point of connection again. So how do we begin to change that narrative? Do we? Because we know we can't connect with everybody. So how do we change that, whether it's in relationships or business, learning how to connect?
I think the first part is learning to connect with yourself. Once you learn to connect with yourself, once you learn yourself, once you're honest about yourself, honest about what you want, honest about what you have to offer, then the business and the relationships become easier because you know how you're supposed to move. You know how you're supposed to roll. When the opportunity presents itself and you know who you are and where you are and where you want to go, the decision is really easy if you think about it. You can tell that's not the person you're supposed to do business with. You can tell that's not the person I'm supposed to go out on a date with. But sometimes we listen to those outside voices that's not from us, that's not from God, and then we make the wrong decision based on the wrong reason. And that's in business and in person. It's really the same.
It's really the same.
It's really the same. You look at the numbers again of business failure, marriage failure. Why are the numbers so high? With all of the businesses and all of the people, why are the failure rates so high? It's because it's hard to find the right relationship. Why is it hard to find the right relationship? Because we're not honest most of the time with ourselves.
Can I add something, or do you have something to say? I don't want to.
I'm just going to shut my ass up because you're going to say it anyway. So go ahead. I'll just wait for y'all to finish.
But this is about where we are right now. So many people, because we're not accustomed to seeing people saying, this is how Boz and I go back and forth a lot of times with business. We're talking about, Boz, what do you think about it? Well, Boz, whatever. So Joe and I remember telling Joe, you and I have a photography shoot coming up in a couple of weeks. I need to confirm the date. But I was telling Joe recently, I said, Joe, I'm not Kesia Sharp who used to be on the news anymore. I said, that part of my life is over. So, and I told Joe, I said, Joe, I said, I'm at the point now where I don't care about ego anymore. In the connection, so people, and I'm gonna say this again, and I'll keep preaching it to the ends of the earth. You can say what you want. I'm 51 years old. I'm grown. People can say what they want. People can read how they want. I'm grown. We are standing on business over here to try to do some things to try. We're standing on business because we understand there's a crisis. There's some things going on in our community. So we put the ego aside. I said, Joe and I talked about doing some things earlier. I wasn't ready. I didn't have time. I was in corporate America. I didn't have time. I wasn't ready. He said, hey, I wonder if so and so. I wasn't ready. I didn't have the bandwidth to do it. I got it now. You understand? And I told him, I said, Joe, if I'm supposed to come and if I'm supposed to help you, I got the time. I can do it now. I'm not, it's no ego involved in this. So I'm not trying to, be something, whatever. What do you need me to do? And that's where I'm standing now. So Kesia's ego isn't in this. So if it were me working with Joe to promote what Joe needed to do, I could easily do that. And we said, no, let's come together. It ain't gonna be about ego. Hey, look, you've got your platform, I've got mine. Let's work together and come and help the community. So we are standing on business because we see relationship crisis. And this gentleman has over 10 years in that space and sphere of talking about relationships and understanding how to ebb and flow in multiple platforms. I've got an ebb and flow in multiple platforms. So don't get it twisted. And I'm saying that to say, Boz, and look, my friends have gotten quiet, so I'm gonna turn back over to bring it to you. But what I'm saying is, in our community, when we don't understand it sometimes, when we don't respect what people bring to the platform, there's a respect that goes with this. There's a respect that goes with this gentleman. There's a respect that goes with what I brought to the community. And I'm surprised I'm even saying this, but I'm not Kesia the newscaster who has to stand here and sit here and politically say everything right. No, I'm Kesia, who is the life coach, who brings a degree of communications, a level of communications expertise to this. This gentleman is a man of experience. He has a degree of personal, relational experience, business experience, communications experience.
And I steal degrees.
And he steals degrees.
I still like her
So,
stuff on TV.
I'm
I be pimping it. I be stealing all that stuff, man.
pimping the platform.
Listen.
So all of that to say, no, you can't connect with everybody. But if we get our ego out of the way, I think sometimes, like you said, know ourselves.
I love that you said you can't connect with everybody because that took me a long time to learn from him.
Yes.
It's like Gibbs. You know the NCIS. I think the guy's name is Gibbs. He has those rules.
Uh-huh.
He had that rule a long time ago, right? About everybody ain't for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't connect with her. He used to tell me this all the time, right?
You can't.
People think that I'm a butthole, right? And I say this honestly, right? And I can say this to my boy face, love him, but he's the biggest asshole that I know when it comes to our business. I'm a giver.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are.
People
You'll
think
give it away.
People know that I am a giver. He's the one who was like, come here.
Yes, see, Joe is a giver, and Joe likes to open the door, and that's fine. But my process is I'm more of a gatekeeper.
Yes.
So you have to have someone who's willing to open the door, but you also have to have a gatekeeper. If you look at any of the large, successful businesses, there is a gatekeeper. You cannot let anyone and anything in because it can destroy what you've built, or it can hinder what you're trying to build.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times he would open the door. I would come in and close it.
Yeah.
Because it needed to be closed, not to be the asshole,
Yes.
but to make sure everything's going to grow and build and sustain.
But guess what? I never questioned.
Yeah, you sure didn't.
I never. One thing I gotta say is this is what I want to teach people. If y'all listen to the show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If y'all just locking in with us, we got the one and only, the extraordinary Uncle Boz. He's in the studio with us right now on the Kesia Joe show. Thank you guys for locking in. If you got time, Kesia, what they need to do right now?
They need to like this show,
Mm-hmm.
share the broadcast, and also follow our channels, Kesia Sharp, Antonio Boswell, and also So Joe Lockett.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the one and only Filter Coffee Parlor right down here, downtown, right next to Pancake House International. This was sponsored by the show. Come down and get that butterscotch salt coffee and apple juice. You see Uncle Bob's drinking here.
The best apple juice in the world is Martinelli's. I have it in my studio.
Right.
When y'all don't come and drink it up.
Right.
Martinelli's apple juice, and they have Martinelli's apple juice. If you like apple juice,
that's the one.
Come and get it.
That's the one.
Y'all come on down. And we're talking with Uncle Bob's here, but Uncle Bob, as I said, I want to say, number one, thank you for everything that you're doing. I do want to get into the conversation about you and the longevity of your wife.
Yeah.
But it's one more point that I want to say to people that's in America that's listening to the show all around the world. Every step of my career, I had to learn this, and it wasn't what they taught me, but I had to learn this myself, loyalty, right? And when you're working with people, this is relationships and friendships, friendships. When this man said he was going to be my photographer and he started taking my pictures, I promised him one thing before my name was known by anybody, before I was on anything. I said, you will be my photographer and I won't shoot with anybody else. I promised him that. And this is what happened. When my pictures started to get out and I started to get on radio and I started to get in magazines, I had other photographers
trying to come to you,
reaching out to me.
Wow.
Right, and I was showing the text messages or the emails, right? Now they want to, they want to photograph me.
Yeah.
I said you need to talk to
Joe Lock. I mean,
Antonio
Bob.
I sent it back to him.
Yeah, Antonio Bob.
I sent it right back to him. And they want to go in. I sent them right back. I said, hey, this is my photographer. I said, if he says I can go do a photo shoot with you,
yeah,
I can.
Yeah.
Right, but of course, no one ever did.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm gonna say is because I'm gonna wrap this up real quickly. Every step of my life that I've been successful, it was because of the loyalty he showed me, but the loyalty I showed to him. Every time I went to a height, from being mentioned on the Steve Harvey Morning Show to being on national news to being in national magazines and all that other stuff. Every picture that I ever took, except I think 1 or 2 photo shoots, because they wanted their own photographer. I called him. I was not going to do the photo shoot if he didn't give me permission to use that other photographer. I said I would not do.
And that's loyalty.
That's loyalty.
And even more, that's a loyalty that I actually didn't need. Like when he said other photographers used to contact him after he got known, it's true. And he told them to contact me. This is the thing. If they had actually contacted me, I wouldn't set them up and hook them up.
Wow.
Because every photographer should have a different style.
Wow.
And he needed different styles.
Wow.
So if they had contacted me, I would have made it happen.
Wow.
It's not. It's competition, but
Yeah.
it's not competition like that.
Yeah.
This is about business. It's not about what I like.
Yes.
It's about what's going to work for my client.
Wow.
So if they had called, I would hook it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the reason why I say that to people is because you're not going to get ahead by jumping on everybody's bandwagon when they jump on yours. Let me say that again. You don't get ahead. It's in marriage and relationships and everything. Stop jumping on the bandwagon. Stop hanging out with people that jump on the bandwagon when you're up. Right? That's why I said if I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail with this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to fail with his idea. I would be okay with that. But I would be really bad if, this new person came in and I failed with that person.
Because let me add this to what you're saying. That's so good because we're building this platform. You understand? And you have to look around and understand who's there with you while you're building. Who believes in you while you're building. Because I had to learn that lesson. That when you get up, everybody wants to be a part.
Yeah.
When you get to all these different things and you're thinking, oh, they're cool and I have this. No. I had a very hard lesson for me to learn because I'll give it all away too. But strangely, I've become like the gatekeeper. Because I think I've had some conversations with you and I'm like, now Joe, now listen, we have to think. I've become the gatekeeper because I've given too much away. And I've learned that you can give it away. People take what you've given and they go on. I would always have events. I would always host things. And I'm always putting people on. And I started noticing very few people started to put me on. And don't get me wrong. I believe that when you give, I think you trust God with who he wants to speak to. There's 6 million people in this world. So I can't limit him to you. You may not have what I need. I may give you an open door, but you may not have what I need. There's somebody over here with more resources he may want to speak to me or give to me. But I do believe you have to have a wisdom. You cannot give it all away.
So
go ahead.
No, that's the journalism in there.
Is it?
I'm used to him doing that.
Well, are you?
Keep his points, right?
Okay, gotcha.
But I want to say this because I want to move towards how longevity works in a marriage, right, with you and your wife, and why she stayed with you,
Why she
all
stayed
these
with you?
years,
That's a good
right?
question.
And how did you get her? So again, before we transition to that, Uncle Boss, love you, bro. Thanks for everything, man. Thank you for being there for the process. And if y'all ever want to see true friendship, y'all know when y'all see Joe like it, there's a few people y'all see me rock with. Keisha's new to the crew, to the family, but y'all always see me rock with Melva Tate, Comedian Joy, and Uncle Boss. That's been for over 13, 14 years strong, man. So to all y'all, Melva and Joy watching, love y'all because y'all know what y'all did for me too. So appreciate y'all. Because one thing y'all need to do is make sure, man, whoever got you where you are, make sure y'all stay tight niche. And no matter how high you get or wherever you go, always, if I'm going somewhere, I'm doing something, I call them. If y'all can rock with me, bro, if the President Obama called me and I can bring y'all and I need to pay for y'all, we going. You know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to share into what we actually done. So thank you so much for that, bro. I appreciate you. Now, can I interview you for a minute, bro?
Let's do it.
I'm sitting back.
All right, guys. So how long have you been married? You say it's like 19 years?
It'll be 19 years on May 28th, which is coming up soon.
Okay, so this is going into the portion of the show, the Kesia Joe, where we're going to try to bring a relationship together, long marriage, because y'all butts think that I'm against marriage, but I'm not. Because I'm two-time divorced.
Right, you've done it twice. I can be against it.
No, but people,
right.
because I tell folks I'm not ready to get married, and so they think the things I say, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing for my show. But I'm divorced and messed it up twice. When you met your wife, did she approach you or did you approach her? And where did y'all meet?
Okay, so I met Taysa at Platinum.
What?
Platinum, the club, Platinum.
Okay.
Which sounds strange, right? Because you know me.
Hey, nephew, take a note down. I need you to go to Platinum. Platinum.
Now wait, there's more to it than that. So don't write down Platinum, but put it in parentheses. You're going to add something to that. So at the time, Platinum may have been a year, maybe 2 years old. At that time, everyone that went to Platinum were like professionals.
Oh, okay.
So I would go to Platinum on happy hour on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
All professionals, suit, tie, whatever.
What year was that? Take us back. Do you remember? Okay, so 20 years ago in 2024.
That'd be 2014.
99, 2000, 2001.
Okay.
So we dated for 5, 6 years, right? It was a while before we got married.
Okay, yeah.
So used to go down to Platinum, hang out. My boy, none of my coworkers, all my coworkers were white.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my boys. So I saw a young lady, her name is Carol, that I went to high school with.
Okay.
Carol was with her coworker, who happened to be Taysa. So we would sit down. I like good conversation. We would have conversation, drink. They had the buffet. We eat the buffet. We were in there about 6. Most of the time, we were out 9:30 because the young people started coming around 10, right?
Gotcha.
So we were there. Nothing. She was cool. We were just cool. But I did notice things about her, but it wasn't necessarily a romantic vibe.
Gotcha.
So I can say we met at Platinum, but it was through a mutual friend. Okay. And we were actually friends before anything happened beyond that.
This drives to my next question because this is one of my biggest pet peeves I be telling y'all as real talk, that y'all need to be friends before you try to jump to that stuff that y'all be trying to do. Can I ask you this question? I've never asked you this question. I really want to know this. How long did you date Tessa?
Ooh. So we had known each other maybe a year, maybe 2, before it started getting to the dating point.
Oh wow!
And I move slow. I'm an introvert. I move slow. I don't lead with BS. I don't like BS. So I'm kind of cut a little bit different. So as we sat, the only time I saw it was at happy hour. We used to call it choir rehearsal. Because we would show up at choir rehearsal, we would drink communion. Right. We sit for choir rehearsal, and I just noticed things about her. She was cool. But one thing I did notice about her was she did not like BS. Because we still were in the club, so we would be sitting there, and guys would come up and try to talk to her. And I noticed what her reaction would be when she noticed a BS guy coming up with BS. Wow. That's what got my attention about Taysa. She didn't like, can I cuss on him?
You can.
She didn't like bullshit.
Yeah.
And I love that. A guy would walk up and you could see him and smell him coming up, what he was finna say and what he was finna do. And when she saw it, she would get this look on her face like, don't you bring that shit over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love that about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it about any person, but I noticed that about
Right.
her. Because sometimes we complain about what we get, but we open the door.
Right.
How can we complain about it, but we allowed it in the first place? So
Right.
she would see that guys coming to her, and I would sit there and I would laugh. Because she would cut them down with her face before she opened her mouth. Most times she didn't have to open her mouth.
Go take that.
Right. So that's what attracted me to Taysom. We became friends. I found out she has a sense of humor. I love to make people laugh, make people smile.
You do.
Yeah.
And her laugh and her smile.
Oh,
If I can do something to get her laugh and smile, my day is good.
Wow.
So we became friends after that, just casual. Then I think we started dating. I think we may have dated a year, maybe two.
Mhm.
And then we got engaged, and the year after that, we got married.
Oh my gosh.
So, did you know when you saw her turning down guys? You know, did you feel that she may be the one for you?
No, that's not how I roll. One thing is not going to tell me who's the one.
Okay.
Just because she has that one aspect that I like about her, that does not mean she's supposed to be my one.
Oh.
Just like if she looked a certain way, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the one, that's going to be a combination of things in different situations,
So,
different combinations.
This is what women were saying back, because you're OG in the game. You got a woman you've been with for 19 years. What was the package that for you 19 years ago that she had that made you say, okay, you're the one?
I would say her morals and values. If that's not number one, that's going to be high.
You said morals and values. What does that mean?
Morals and values. What she will do and what she won't do.
Okay.
In any situation.
Okay.
Because I roll a certain way, and if you're gonna roll with me, you have to roll a certain way.
Well, I have a question about that. How do you determine? You know, how do women? So women, if you're wondering how men are, wondering if you're going to be the Mrs. or whatever, how is a man determining her values and morals by getting to know her? Like, what are some of the things you're observing?
That's what you do. You get to know her.
Okay.
You have no expectations.
Okay.
I have no expectations. I have no judgment.
Okay.
But I will observe.
Okay.
And I think that's why I was one of the top investigators in the Southeast. I love to observe based on the truth, not based on what I want, what I need, or what I think, but based on what that person is and what they showed me. So by us being friends, I was able to see her with her friends. I was able to see how she treated her friends, what she gave her friends, what she accepted from her friends, not me.
Okay.
Her friends, her family. I was able to see what she accepted from her family, what she gave to her family, not me, but without me. Wow. So if I know her without me, then I know if I'm supposed to put myself into that situation.
Some nuggets right there, bro. Okay, I like that morals and values. Okay, so that's one part of the pack. What's the other part?
Morals and values. The second thing I would have to say business, because despite the fact most people don't talk about it, marriage is about business. If you go back to the Bible, I'm not gonna quote no scriptures. Don't start looking. If you go back to the Bible, somewhere in there, it says marriage. You're supposed to find a certain kind of person to marry, and most of this stuff is based on business.
Right.
I remember saying them about sex.
Right.
You didn't say nothing about sex.
That was a joke.
You say you're supposed to be married before you have sex.
That
Book of Joe, not Job, but Joe.
Not Joe. Book of Joe, not Joe. Joe.
So I just pay attention. It's gonna come to you.
Right.
It's gonna come to you.
Mm.
And if you're not a person with a strong discernment, find somebody who can help you. So I just watched her. I just paid attention. I paid attention to her, not what I wanted her to be, not what I needed her to be, because I didn't need her. That's another thing. I was cool by myself, doing what I was doing with her. I was good, and she was too.
Right.
So we went in a hurry. What I didn't need nowhere to stay. I didn't need no ride to work.
Yeah.
She didn't either.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were able to learn each other. There was no pressure.
Imagine that.
Sometimes there's pressure. Oh, you feel like you got to be with somebody. Yeah. Oh, I need somewhere to stay. Yeah. Oh, I need financial. Yeah. We didn't have that pressure, so I didn't have to lead with bullshit. Wow. She didn't have to lead with bullshit. So our foundation was not made on bullshit. So if you start and lead with bullshit, why are people so surprised when that's what it turned into? That's what it already was.
That's good. give us some examples of what the BS looks like when somebody's coming to you and giving you BS.
Hey, you so look good in them things and them boots. Hey, you gonna take that? That's what you lead with. That's what you lead with.
It's from a guy.
That's what you lead with, but that's what you accept. So you start smiling and giggling.
Ladies,
you start smiling and giggling. That open the door for the more bullshit.
Yeah.
But then you surprised when you find out it's bullshit.
Yeah. On
You
down
must
the
like,
line.
but that's what he led with. That's what he led with, and you accepted it.
Y'all see why I like my friend? He talks just like.
He spares not. Hey Marvin. Marvin is speaking to you.
Hey Marvin, how's it going, man?
So why are we, I don't want to jump ahead. Why are we in such a pickle as it relates to relationships, boss?
Relationships are hard because life is hard. Relationships are hard because being an individual is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And a relationship is two individuals trying to come together. So if you got your stuff going on over here, you got your stuff going on over here, you're talking about two people trying to bring it together, you just doubled what's going on. So not only are you trying to deal with you and learn you, now you're trying to deal with and learn somebody else, and you're hoping they're trying to deal and learn you.
Right.
So, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of sad, but it's hard.
So, but you made it last. How have you made it last for 19 years? So we can say it's hard, but some of y'all out there swinging through the hard.
It's hard. It's still hard. We just make it. But it's still hard. I have to look at me. And again, I didn't lead with bullshit. So I don't have to live up to my bullshit.
That's very true. So the package you had was morals, values, and business. That's it.
Business, of course, how she looked, but that's down the line. That's bottom of the list. Okay. How she looked, how she showed that she cared about me, and another thing that she was not selfish. Selfish women. A selfish woman just brings it all the way off of me. She wasn't selfish. She cared about other people, not me. She cared about. I watched how she cared about other people.
Wow.
Not me.
So that was attractive
other
to you.
People. How she cared about other people and how she did not tolerate bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah. And how she handled her business. Because she handles her business well, she handled mine well.
Wow.
With that being said, those are the tips that you guys need to tell you. So it's values, morals, business, and how she really actually handled other people. It was a package.
Yeah, how she cares about other people.
How she cares about other people. Now, the other thing I want to ask you, going into your relationship, 19 years coming up, correct? It'll be 19?
19.
It'll be 19 years. How the hell did y'all survive through 19 years through bad times? When bad times hit, because this is what I want to do, because when bad times hit and it gets really, really bad, you got to give it to I know sometimes it just get that really, really bad. How did you get past it? Because I know you can't speak for her, but how did you get past it when that moment was through those 19 years, like you really didn't want to fool with her anymore, you thought it was going to be over? What kept you there, and how did you get through that?
I guess I would say I remember. And I remember why I chose her. I can't speak to why she chose me,
right?
But I remember why I chose her. And it goes back to everything that I said. If I said all those things at the beginning and let something change, all of those things are still there. Still the same morals, still the same values, still care about other people, still care about me, still handles her business, still helps me handle my business. Anything else is
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Does it really matter? Really? Does it really matter? I get sick, she gets sick. My income is not what it used to be. Hers may not be. There's other extra stuff that sits on the outside.
Yeah.
As long as the nucleus is still there, I got to find a way to get past that other stuff. I got to, because it makes no sense to dwell on the 20% when my 80% is still strong.
You need to say that again, bro.
Please.
Real talk.
You cannot dwell on the little part that's bad when the big part is still strong. I have an 80-20% rule. If I can find 80% of what I need, that 20 just got to be good, because that's what I have to offer. I cannot expect perfection if I don't have perfection to offer. How did it work?
Wow.
I can't expect her to be superhuman when I'm subhuman. Why would she want me? Why would she want me? So the way I deal with it and what she has going on is by knowing I got things going on. It's stuff about me she don't like, and I know it. It's stuff about her that I don't like, and I let her know it. But I know she's there, and I know I ain't going nowhere. I would be a fool to go somewhere. Where I'm gonna go? If I'm not going nowhere, and I don't feel like she's going nowhere, that little shit gotta slide. And we're gonna enjoy that 80. We got to enjoy that 80 as soon as we can. We got to let that 20 slip and go down that drain like it's gonna do anyway. You sweep the leaves and the shit in the drain and let it run away.
Because you know something, when you chase that 20, you lose your 80.
Then you sitting there with zero. And then you sitting there with zero.
And you sitting there with zero.
Yeah, because you realize that 26 you was going after.
Man.
Wow, that's powerful what you said this morning, bro.
So, what I hear in this is, I hear your willingness to look past the 20. I hear Taser is willing to look past the 20. What about people who are in situations where, when the challenges come, there's one, there are certain parties who may be able to handle it, but maybe the other party can't handle it. How do you speak to that person? Because you all know how to look past the challenges. Some people don't, Antonio. Do you think that's a real issue?
It's a real issue, and I can speak for me. I guess more than anything, I try my best not to be selfish. So, if something changed, another reason relationships are hard because people change.
Absolutely, they do.
So what you had together may all of a sudden not be together because one person changed and the other person didn't, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But I try not to be selfish, even though I love my wife and I want to be with my wife. If something happened to her or with her that she changed, or she felt like I changed, and she felt like she couldn't be with me anymore, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not selfish enough to keep her in a situation where she's not happy.
My God.
So if I care about her, I care about her.
My God.
Without me.
My
Whether
God.
she's with me or not, I have to care about her. I have to show her that I care about her without concern to me. So even she came and say, oh, this is too much. You just left corporate, you just left a check, and you tell me I open up a photography studio. Yeah. If she couldn't handle that, okay.
I gotta accept you.
I have to accept that, but at the same time, I have to be me. So if I feel like this is what I need to do for me, if you feel like you can't roll with that, I care about you enough to say, okay, I understand. What can we do to make it good for you? Because I'm not going to be selfish and make it all about me. I'm not going to do that. I'll leave before I do that.
My God.
Wow. So some people are good with their 20.
Why did you hit me with my divorce?
Watch this.
Okay.
I tried.
Did you? He did.
Oh man.
That's true friendship right there. That's true friendship right there.
No,
so you're not in the house with him, no, are you?
Nope.
You ain't in the house with nobody.
No. I mean, I would talk to him about a lot of stuff when I was going through my divorce.
Yeah.
The one thing I love about him, his trying was, bro, look at it from this side, look at it from this side.
Yeah.
Y'all need to make the best decision. He never, this is one thing about him.
Yeah.
He never gives you an answer.
Right.
He tells you look at your options
and
make your decision based on that.
Absolutely.
Right. And so I didn't like what he was saying to me at the end of the day, but I respected it because that's the advice that you need, because you can't, like he said, I don't know what she does. I don't know what you do.
Absolutely.
He said, I know you, but I don't know if that's what you do when you with her.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when I was going through whatever I was going through, he was a friend. And the way I love my friends' friendship, they never badmouth my ex. Mm-hmm. They never badmouth me. Mm-hmm. They was there for emotional support.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Absolutely.
And if I would say something and go too far, they were like, bro, we don't need to do that. Right? Let's just, what are you going to do? My friends always say, what are you going to do now?
That's him.
They stick me into, you know what I'm saying? And so he noticed when I was going through my little situation, I said, I'm not losing my radio show. Remember? He laughed because he knows it's true. I said, I don't give a damn about nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? I said, I'll be butt naked in the street. I said, I'm not losing my radio show.
Naked in the street.
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Yeah.
Not lying.
Yeah.
Not lying.
But do you feel that decision led to some problems with your spouse?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
That was probably one of the biggest ones.
Okay.
Was the radio show, because when I started my radio show, this is nothing against her because I love and wish her the best.
No, we're not bad mouthing
So I'm not bad
anybody.
in the mouth. So I'm not saying wish her the best. But
No.
one of the things was financially, I couldn't afford the radio show.
Sure.
And my ex was helping me out so much, and there was no money coming in off the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
And for radio, I've never made money for 10 years.
Yeah.
This year is the first year I made money on my show. I never made money on my show for 10 years.
That's a business lesson.
Yeah.
That's it. Listen to what he said. He said 10 years.
I never made money
So a
on
lot
the
of
show.
these people think they're gonna start something quick, and they think their money's gonna come quick.
Lord Jesus, let me help.
You're gonna be
disappointed.
You're gonna stop.
Yep.
You're gonna stop.
I was just too stubborn to quit, and so many good things kept happening to me that I knew I was supposed to be there, but I just had to learn what it meant to be there. So sometimes when you get in situations, whether it's relationships or whatever, even in my marriage, it was for a season,
Okay.
because I wouldn't be in radio if it was for my ex.
Wow.
Because of the situation where her job took her.
Yeah.
That's why I got into radio, because it was one of those things where I said, well, if she's going to be moving around, I need to be able to do something where I can move around with her. So I was contracting at the time.
Okay.
So it's because of her that I got in radio. And I would tell women to, if she's listening or whatever, to this day, I got a beard because of my ex.
Right.
This beard and my radio thing is two things I can credit that people love about me.
Yeah.
That was
That
from
was from her.
Am I lying on?
Right.
Because it was like October. She said, because she had been trying to get me to grow my beard for years, and I never would.
Okay.
I ain't doing no damn beard, right?
Yeah.
And we was on TV.
Yeah.
And it was October. It was it's called Beard October, whatever.
Yeah,
it was, right?
no cut,
No cut.
shave.
Yeah. And she was like, she keeps saying, "Hey, babe, you grow your beard." I'm not going to say, grow your beard. I want to see it. So of course, it's like, at that time she was my wife. As a husband, what you say is, sure, honey. But then I started getting compliments, right, about the beard. They should divorce my ass. I'm joking.
That was her party.
No. I'm joking. No, our marriage had those issues besides that. But no, I guess for when I was going through all of that, right, I learned, right, for marriage and for business, that the sacrifices I made, he saw them. He told me, he said, man, most people ain't gonna do that. Right? Because I made sacrifices when it came to my business that the only friendship I didn't sacrifice was him, Melva, and Joe. That was it.
And let me say this, that was because we were directly attached to the business.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. So we're
True.
gonna keep it real. So Joe's dream was bigger than anything. Anything that he attached to had to have a purpose in getting to the dream.
Wow. Yeah.
So when you're married, you can't put your spouse you might be able to put them second a little bit, but not way down second. And your drive was that.
He told me, this is what he told me. He said, bro, you ain't married to your wife, you married to your business. He told me that many days. He's like, bro, you're gonna lose something. I said, I ain't losing my radio show.
Well, that's honest.
Hey, I still got my radio.
Nephew, look at nephew.
But is that not a true conversation?
It's true, man.
I say that many times. I said, I'm not losing my radio show.
Do you have because I think an entrepreneurial path in life is a very tough path. I don't know about you, I just haven't had this conversation. We love Steve Harvey. And when I look at his life, Steve Harvey is on his third marriage. He had 2 failed marriages. So I have gone down the path of divorce as well. Do you think that it takes a very special person to understand the path of an entrepreneur?
Okay, so I'm going to say this here. I think most entrepreneurs shouldn't get married. Okay. I think when you're going through life and you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you think you should be married, right?
Yeah.
Some entrepreneurs are not made to be married because they can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, right? And it comes a time in business, and like I said, like your uncle says, it's how you're built up for your relationship, how you built up for life, right?
Wow.
So if you're built about family, you're going to probably fail at business. I'm not a family person. I'm not. I'm not an emotional person, right? Ever since he's known me, he's never heard me say, he's known me over 15 years, he's never heard me say, I want a happy life, family, picket fence and a dog. I always said, I want to be a multi-millionaire, I want to set up trust, I want to be able to take care of my family, I want to take care of the people around me, right? He's always heard me say that. I told him, I said, when I make it for everybody, we're going to the car lot, what did I say? We're going to get these cars together, right? We're going to get on this train. But I have never said, even I had to think about it later on after, the divorce, on my dream board, there was nothing that said happy marriage. It was everything else for the marriage and for us, but I never had in there, and it was blindsiding. It didn't occur to me because I had it, but it wasn't. It didn't resonate. So when I acted all the time, it was never an action for me to do things for the marriage. See what I'm saying? So it's like for me, it was automatic. I guess once I got to marriage to a certain place in my head, it's like that will always be there. And I put the marriage on automatic, and I went to work on other things, right? And so that don't work in marriage. I found out.
You can't put the marriage on autopilot while you do business.
Right, but I do credit my wife, my ex-wife for this here.
Yeah.
She believed in me during that time, and she helped me during that time. So one thing I can say is this for her, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing bad on her that our marriage did end. The kind of person I was, right, and still am to this day, right? Most women can't be with me. Cannot, right? If you're not but seriously, if you're not about this life, and like he said, love me for who the hell I am, and knowing that I'm that dude, right? Yeah. That this is how I get up. I'm not saying that you're going to be like that, but I am who I am.
Yeah.
I don't make any apologies about
You're
that.
wired how you're wired.
I'm wired how I'm wired. So you have to love me for this, and if you don't love me for that, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to work for me because I can't walk around on eggshells. Yeah. I am not going to dim my light or my dream for a woman. Yeah. Even if I fall in love with her, she will lose me if I see that you're getting in the way of what I'm trying to accomplish. Wow. Because I have a dream of what I have to do and what I want to do. And if you're not part of that, if you're not helping me, you are a liability to me.
Is that why you've taken a no dating, no relationship vow for at least 2 years? Is that why you say you just don't even come in that arena?
Because I'm very close now to what I want. Wow. And so I don't want to drag another person's daughter through what I know that I'm going to drag myself through and what I have to go do, right? Because women say I can be patient, but women they're going to text, they're going to call, right? You got to answer them. You need to say something. Yeah. Damn it, I don't want to talk to you right now. Y'all laugh, but I'm so serious.
It's the truth. Yeah.
I don't want to text you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't give a damn about how your day was today. I don't, if I'm doing something. Right? And if I know I'm like that, I need to be to myself.
Yeah, that's true. Do you even think you're a relationship? They're listening, but he says he's some of them it makes them
and people think I say stuff because it's entertaining. Yeah. This guy knows me. Yeah. He would tell you that what I'm telling y'all, I'm not BSing y'all. I'm serious. Yeah, I got a goal that I want to get to. When I'm off camera, I'm working to get to certain things. Yeah. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking to y'all late at night. It's not about no women. Yeah. It's about legacy, future, what we need to do, where we are, how we're going, how we're going to move forward. That's all I care about.
That's why I say to people, I'm at a place where in the past I would have been so concerned about certain things. We're again, if you know, you know. But you're on business, I'm on business. There's certain things that you have to stand on at this phase. We are in our 50s. Mm-hmm. I'm 51. Mm-hmm. Joe is 53. Mm-hmm. We're the 50 and fabulous club. Yeah. We've been around the block. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I've been through the ego part, right? I don't want to work with someone. They may have looked at me a certain kind of way, or he's hanging with so and so, so I'm not gonna hang with him, or he's so and so, I'm not gonna do that. It's no more for that, because there are some things that we have to make happen, and at this age, the 50 and Fabulous crew, in my life right now, it's about legacy. It's about what do I leave this earth with. If we have, I just had a friend who lost her son today. He just graduated, and I nephew knows this because I talked about it right when we came in the show. I wasn't expecting that. We were standing and believing that he was going to be healed, dealing with cancer. So what that did, I had my moment, went in the back, and I felt bad about it. But we know that gentleman's at peace right now. So we spend all this time being concerned about petty. When at the end of the day, y'all, you and I, what were we saying? Man, the Lord bless and give us the promise. 18 more, 70 years, that's 15, 16, 17 more years, more summers around. I want my years to be good. And I want to be able to enjoy my life, not get caught up in this petty. Because at the end of the day, we're going to leave this earth. And I want to leave this earth better, but also having enjoyed and seen the fruit of my labor too. Let's normalize working. Let's normalize having business relationships as brown-skinned people. Let's normalize men and women being able to work together. When I did this, when I was on ABC 3340, nobody questioned me if I came dressed like Pam Huff. Nobody questioned me if I wore the same color as Mark Prater. Nobody questioned me. But they see two brown-skinned people working on a show together. Oh, what's up with them? Oh, what's going on with that? What you see is what's going on.
I can honestly say,
care less.
This here, everybody having on blue today was not coordinated.
And look, Boz is in the. You don't even see yourself as being. Now it looks in person like it's a purple color, but you do see what's on here, don't you?
Yeah,
Nephew said it when you pulled up. Nephew said the color coordination here.
But I'm gonna say more so that that's God in the universe than anything, because when we were all in our closet last night, I had another color shirt in mind.
That's funny.
But when I looked at this vest, this is when I want to wear this vest specifically, because I want to kind of tease you by looking like AI today. So and Morpheus, right? So I had this vest on, and I said, okay, I want to look a little bit like Morpheus today. So I said, well, let me go ahead and get my Morpheus outfit on, right? And button up here, you know what I'm saying, and get my Neo on, right? But when I put this on, this is what we did. But I want to get back to the point here, man. When we're talking about relationships, we're talking about business, because we got the one extraordinary man who does no interview for real. So again, thank you for the exclusive interview you're giving us today, bro. I really appreciate that from you.
We got somebody on Kesia's Facebook. They said real quick, and pull it up. I feel like when it comes to relationships, business propositions, and personal power, or any endeavors in life, if there's anything more finer than someone in whom you trust, and that's a person who you can trust, who can trust you. I'm guessing they agree.
One thing I had to learn, man, this was tough for me when it came to relationships. You said this to me years, all the time. You can only be you.
Yeah.
Right? You can only be you. You can't be what your spouse wants you to be. You can't be what you want your mom and dad want you to be, right? When I went into radio, I went into a relationship, everybody was telling me, well, you should talk like this, or you should do like this. But I'm screaming on the microphone. I'm doing what I got to go do, right? And I would talk to him, right? And he was like,
be you.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
He's like, the people who is telling you that, they're not sitting in front of that microphone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He said, be who you are. Because I used to hate him, in a way, because every time I got off radio, I would get phone calls, right, from certain people. And they would say, why don't you be more like Uncle Boz or Melva Tate, right? Why are you screaming on the microphone? So, of course, after you hear it so much, you started thinking, maybe, okay, I should do it, right? And I was miserable.
Because it wasn't you.
Because it wasn't me. Don't let nobody dim who you are when you got energy doing what you do. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, right? Don't let nobody dim who you are for business, relationship, friendship, family, whatever the hell you are. If that's your energy to make you who you are. Because when you start to try to do what other people do,
Yes.
you're tapping into an energy that's not there.
That's right.
And you don't know how to act. You don't know how to feel.
Totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? And by the time you finish doing whatever they ask you to do, you feel like shit at the end of it because it don't work.
I think that's so good because I can even as your cohort here, your partner in crime, Kesia
My
Joe.
sister.
Yeah, your sister. I may say some things about you, and this is what I always say to Joe. I say, Joe, now listen. I said, now this is what I see for you. I said, or this is what I'm thinking. But at the end of the day, I also will, and if I don't say it, I'm saying it now. So you have it here on now. I say now, I'm going to give you this, and this is what I see in the moment. But you always have choice with me, and even and I do that sometimes with my friends. You always have choice with me. I may say, well, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I see. But if that's not who you are, or if that doesn't work, throw it out. If I give you a piece of fish, you're gonna eat the meat and throw away the bones. Right. So if that information doesn't work for you or is no good, right, or if it's not authentic to you, throw it out. Right. So I may say some things to him. I may say, this is what I see. But you have to know at the end of the day, you gotta be authentic Joe.
But here's the thing, Keith, right? When y'all talk to me, because he knows I give, but I listen very difficult. I don't listen at all to people. I don't listen to folks. I really don't, because I got my own mind. If I gave you the time to tell me something, I'm going to take it under consideration.
Sure.
Right? Sure. And so one thing you have to realize about this, when life has taken you somewhere and you're not where you need to be, sometimes God is sending you an angel or somebody, a messenger to say, okay, now you're here, now you need to tweak this a little bit. So you got to be careful where the information is coming from.
That's right.
Right? That's right. Is it somebody that understands or at that? For me, if here's what I'm going to say. If you can't bench 400, I ain't fucking with you. Excuse my French, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you can't bench what you're talking about, it ain't nothing we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you talk to me, that's heavyweight, right? So I'm listening. When he speaks, it's heavyweight. And I know y'all coming from a good place.
Right.
So you're not telling me to change.
No.
You never did tell me to do that. What y'all tell me to do now is tweak this.
Yeah.
Or look at this clip and see what you think, right?
Yes.
Because if you want to get here, here's an example of what somebody else is doing. Yeah. Maybe you want to shift a little bit. Yeah. And this is just not for me. I'm not saying, but I'm saying for you that's in your life.
That's good.
Who is telling you advice?
That's good.
Who's giving you stuff for your relationships?
That's good.
For your spirituality, that's for good. Your work, for where you're moving to, right?
That's good.
You don't have to please everybody, but if you got somebody that, and people can say it's in their best interest, but they may not be.
That's right.
They may not be in your best interest. Yeah. They may love you, but they want you to change to make them comfortable. Yeah. There are different people, right? See, a person who's going to just give you some advice, they're not going to keep telling that to you. They tell you once or twice.
And go on.
And they move on. A person that's trying to convince you to do something, to me,
control. Yeah, it's control.
They're controlling you or trying to be comfortable, they want you to make them comfortable when they listen to you or see you.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense. That's right. Makes sense. I think it's important, just in life in general. One of the most important things that we need to figure out is who to listen to. Think about when we were young, growing up in 35211.
Yeah.
Think about the things that we heard on the street. From first grade on, think about the things that people told us. Think about some of the things, the facts that our peers told us as we was coming up, that we found out was just dumbass wrong.
Yes.
But it's the same when you get to be an adult. Most people aren't necessarily trying to harm you. They just don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Absolutely.
So it's up to us. It's still on us.
That's
it's still our responsibility
right.
to determine who to listen to. If there's more information out now than there has ever been in the history of the world, you can see it right here on the phone. But it's coming from everywhere. Some of these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. And that's in relationships, that's in business, that's in photography, that's in cars, that's in anything that you can think about. It's there, but you have to have a certain discernment. You have to have a certain process to determine what's going to work for you. So the information is there. You just need to determine what's going to work for you. What worked for Joe Might not work for Boss.
Yeah.
May not work for Kesia. May not work for nephew because we're 4 different people with different experience.
Yeah.
We're in different places. We want to be in different places. The information is going to come. We can get one person to stand right there and say the same thing to all 4 of us. All 4 of us should take it different.
You're different.
I may not take it at all.
Yeah.
You may take it and run with it.
Yeah.
You may take it and do nothing.
Yeah.
But that's okay because as individuals, we have to find what's going to work for us as individuals.
Wow. That's good.
That's very powerful.
And let me say, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say really quick here
Sure.
that if you guys are watching the show, make sure you go follow our page at Antonio Boswell.
Yes.
If you need photography, you want to, take pictures, all my pictures that you see, that was taken by him, telling stories. So make sure you go to Antonio Boswell page or the media specialist Boswell. I think it is.
Uncle Boz, media specialist.
Go to Facebook, follow him there. Make sure you follow Keys page, right? Keisa Sharp, Keisa, Sharp with an E at the end. Follow Keisa, and of course the one and only Joe Lockett. You know what I'm saying? Google me, you'll find me.
And I was going to say that what you were saying was so good about the advice because we even have to let's include family in there because that can be detrimental.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the people who have the closest are closest in proximity, we put a lot of weight, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but what I'm saying is we have to be real careful in understanding whether or not they have the best interest. A lot of times we're just wired. If such and such say something, it's the gospel. If such and such say something, it's the gospel. Well, I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that because some things that have been put upon us or some things that have been said by our family have been detrimental. You ain't gonna amount to nothing. Or you always look goofy. You've always and some of us are living with that. He's waving at us. Am I a question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What you laughing at?
Always look goofy.
Before we get to the question, this portion of the show is sponsored by Filter Coffee Parlor. Okay. This portion of the show is sponsored by the one and only the Filter Coffee Parlor downtown on the south side. Make sure you guys come on down. And next week, join us for a cup of coffee. We have a question coming from social media. Nephew, what we got?
First, look like Miss Denise in. She said, "What's up, homie?"
What's up, Denise?
Homie?
And then over here, Marvin Marbury, he said, "Question: what would you consider as commitment to excellence?" Me, I would say excellence is doing what's meaningfully right, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but sometimes I can be hard to practice what you preach, eh?
Etc.
Yeah, he got accent.
No, you're right. He said A.
Yeah, but
He got accent.
But you know something? I think one thing I had to learn, and this is probably easier for me than most. I got a military background, which gives me discipline,
Absolutely.
and consistency.
It's your superpower.
Right. It is my superpower because once I'm locked in, point intended, to something, I latch onto it like a bulldog.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to let go until I complete it.
Yeah.
So it's either one or two things for me. Either I'm going to finish it or I'm not. The one thing that I learned was, because I would come up with these ideas, right? And when they wasn't working because I was needing money, I would relinquish them so quickly because they wasn't working. And I was like, I'm trying all this stuff, right? He was like, I'm like, what? He was like, I really don't want to talk about this. He said, because everything you did was a great idea. You never gave it time to work. That's what he told me. He said, everything you said was a great idea. You never gave it time to work. See, the ideas was good, but I wanted the results right away. Because
you needed
I needed the results.
I've been there,
you know what I'm saying?
entrepreneur.
Right?
I've been there.
But
needed it.
This is why I say I shouldn't have been, I don't want to say I want to be married because my ex-wife was a great person. But sometimes you're in situations where you doing things and it's not going to be cohesive to what you need to do because of obligations you have made to life.
Sure.
Right? And so I was married at the time. And money was of the essence of it, that you need to make money, right? And you got your dream. And when it's not panning out, right, as an entrepreneur, right, you either need to abandon that dream or go do something more. If you start doing something more, it takes away from the business, or the business is not going to work.
Absolutely.
You're not going to have time for it,
You're
right?
trying to go and do other
Right.
things.
How do you balance all of that, right? Some people can't. That's why a lot of business fail. I'm not mad at anybody. I want people to understand. If you're watching this, I'm not knocking my ex at all. It has nothing to do with it. This is about Joe Lockett, okay? So get off my ass. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just being honest, man, because I don't want to hit nobody in my inbox on the BS later, right?
Yeah.
Because she was a wonderful person. But sometimes things have a season for a reason. And sometimes you have to realize before you become an entrepreneur, what life debt do you already have?
Mm-hmm.
What have you committed to yourself in life, right? I didn't look at and it's probably y'all don't like what I'm saying, but that's the way I have to rationalize it for myself.
Sure. You're talking to
I was married, with a son, right? 2 daughters.
Yeah.
What I saw was I needed to become financially independent, right? To make that work. What the marriage really needed, what I had taken on was they needed a husband and a father to be there for them emotionally and everything else. Plus the financial part, but they didn't care whether you were or not.
Sure.
I cared about that.
Sure.
And so I didn't look at it from my life that I took on. I'm like, I'm the leader, I'm the man, y'all gonna roll as I roll. And I listened to no part of the emotional part, which was my ex at the time, my wife at the time, right? I didn't listen to the backbone and the foundation of the marriage and the family, right? Because I'm like, without this don't exist.
Okay.
And in my mind, that you're going to take care of that, but fellas, don't do what I did because you wonder what the hell I'm going to do.
So let me just say this: we have certainly had similar things to happen because I found when I obeyed what I believe was my life's calling, that got me into trouble relationally because because you're coming from being this 6-figure corporate earner, here in Alabama, which is a small segment, and it's like, you feel like you're hearing the call of God to do what? to go to do what? To go to zero. Right. I get it. So I'm not putting anything on anybody, not saying anything negative about anybody.
Right.
But I understand that when you do, again, y'all, and I know we're connected to people who are watching who feel they have that entrepreneurial call. You better make sure that you're called because it is going to cause some turbulence if that spouse isn't ready. But let me give the balance on that, Joe.
Okay.
Because you, I, other people who've been in this situation, it takes 2 to tango. And when you're in a relationship, it takes 2 to change and 2 to work through. Uncle Boz just said he went through that situation. Uncle Boz just said he shifted in his marriage. They've been going together for 19 years strong. So here's what I understand. I put a lot of responsibility on myself for causing turbulence relationally, because of me making choices as it relates to this. But at the end of the day, when people come, we have to realize this, it's just not on one party. We're adults here. And so when we stand and we take those vows before God, you're not just taking a vow to the person, you're taking a vow to God. And what you're saying is for better or for worse. So when it changes, sometimes the issue, not sometimes, the issue is not what's changed. The issue is how do we stand up as man and woman and deal with this change together? How do we talk through? So at that point, when you're in a relationship, I always say this, and maybe this is a coaching part of me that's coming out, you're going to come to a place where you're going to have a challenge. That's to determine any relationship that you deal with, you're going to, as you progress, come to a challenge. How you handle the challenge determines if that relationship is going to go forward or determines if you're going to regress and the relationship is not going to make it. I'm sorry. Do I need to be quiet?
You got something to say about it? You look puzzled.
No, I wasn't puzzled. I keep notes. So I like what you just said about when you feel like God has given you the message, when God has called you. And I want to go back to the Bible. I don't know no scripture, but I'm still going to go back to the Bible, right? I don't know where it is. I don't know the numbers. But think about in the Bible, when God told someone to do something, when God called a person, remember how much shit they went through?
Come on now.
It's like we missed that. Moses, you know how much stuff Moses went through? Wow. Noah, how much stuff Noah went through? So we act like God is gonna give us this call and everything is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Your wife gonna understand.
Yes.
Your neighbors gonna understand.
Yes.
You know how they talked about Noah building that boat?
Yes.
This Negro crazy.
Yes.
This big boat bringing all these animals. Noah kept going.
Right.
Then Noah he had to feel some kind of way. Moses had to feel some kind of way. Joseph had to feel some kind of way because your friends and family, they don't get it. They don't get it. So it's the same with us. We feel it. We feel it. God told me to do that. And you look around, think somebody gonna understand. Think around, think somebody gonna help you. Why we expect that Bible we claim to follow so it's totally different?
That part.
Don't nobody sing your praises until you accomplish what God told you to accomplish. You can't accomplish what God tell you to accomplish unless you keep moving and forget other people.
That part.
Man, listen, I didn't say it as eloquent as you said, but I always said God didn't bring me here to drop me off.
Come on
That's
now.
it.
That's what you always hear me say.
You always say
I always
that.
say that. I said,
always, and that helped me get through some stuff.
That part.
You used to always say, bro, God did not bring us this far to leave us. So that means keep going.
It's a story I can tell. He was in the studio. You know where I'm finna go. I didn't have the money to pay for the show. Right? It was a certain amount. Right? And I said, I had that talk with him probably about 10 minutes prior to what had happened. I said, bro, this may be my last show. I've exhausted everything. I said, bro, I've done everything. I said, I can't slap a portion of it. I'm not going to be able to pay for the radio show anymore. This may be our last show. What happened on? 10 minutes later,
before we had finished the
the
conversation,
amount that I needed walked through the door in a check form because the person said, "Hey, I know you charge more." This is when I know God's. This is when I said, I know my radio show is meant to be. She said, "I know you charge more, but this is all I have left on the budget." It was the exact amount that I needed to pay for that radio show.
Wow.
Me and you, what did we looked at each other like,
wow.
Well, that's not a powerful moment, bro.
Powerful moments, and I always say if you pay attention, you'll see signs of what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be moving.
Yes.
And who you're supposed to be dealing with. So how all of us, I ain't talking to now one of y'all today, how of us show up almost in the same color?
In the same color scheme. There was no plan to that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to wear something else. I put another outfit on, and I just made the last second decision to put this on.
I had picked out I had a white shirt and I had a pink shirt that I was going to wear. But when I looked at what I was, how I wanted to form out right, the white did not look as good with the gray because I wanted to wear this vest. So the blue actually popped a lot better. That's why I wore a blue shirt today. So yeah. But I just think at the end of the day, man, when things are supposed to happen, if something happens to me, I don't look at it as being bad anymore.
Right.
I do not.
Right.
I say this is what's supposed to happen to get me to where I need to go.
Absolutely.
So I need to get through this. So I start looking at things that happen to me, whether it's family members, it's friends, or whatever. I'm gonna say
this. This is good.
Well, because I'll be careful when I say this, but I'm gonna say this: be careful what you ask for. He knows where I'm finna go because I said it many times. I asked God to remove all the people out of my life.
He sure did, and he sure did it.
Man, listen.
You think it was gonna be his wife?
Man, listen. I asked God, because I had told myself, man, I'm asking God, man, I pray, I said, God, remove everybody out of my life that don't need to be here, because I can't get to where I need to if everybody's not on the same accord. No crap, y'all. Probably about a couple of weeks later, my wife asked me for a divorce. Other things started happening, right? And there's nothing bad against anybody, but I'm saying, this is what I asked God for. Now, I ain't said, hey, but I told him to remove the people who didn't need to be there, right? So obviously, she was not happy with the situation, right? Yeah. And we both knew that it wasn't right, and she was the brave one to actually make the move. So I applaud her for that. Yes. I mean, at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, nothing bad there.
I don't know if you have any other points, but before we get out of here today, and I know the time is well spent, we got to talk about AI real quick. Can you just kind of can you delve over to that, or no, not really?
So AI for me stands for authentic intelligence. So AI is coming. AI is changing things as far as being creative, as far as writing and images. But for me, I have to respect my experience. I like to write. I like to do my own images. So honestly, I stay away from AI. So as always, I just give a little information. I want you guys to pay attention to how AI is used I want you to pay attention to who is using AI and how they are using AI. Then determine how AI can help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So like Joe said, I don't tell people what to do. I just give you information. You make your own choice, your own decision. So I did use AI. I was writing something and the little thing popped up and it had the AI that you click. It said rewrite. So I clicked it. Pretty good, but honestly it sounded mechanical and it didn't sound like me. But I did find out I can put some tips in there, it'll write it, and then I just go in and I edit. So it does save time. Now as far as AI images, don't like them, can't stand them because I don't like fake.
Yeah.
I don't like fake looks. I don't like fake looking skin. I don't want my big head on a fake looking body. But I want you to pay attention to who is using AI and how they are using it, and then apply that to you. Again, I heard you guys talking about trends. Be careful about trends. One reason is because if you follow trends, you're always behind. It's follow trends. If you always follow, you're always behind. And I add something to that. There are a lot of millionaires who follow trends. But is that your lane? Is that your spot? That's not me natural. I don't like to follow. I don't like people tell me what to do. I like to create my own and do my thing. But there are people who are millionaires following trends. Again, you have to find what's right for you. Again, look at who's using AI images and what they're using it for. Look at the people who you think are successful at what you do and see how much they're using AI images. So I say this, when I see AI images, it's just everyday people having fun. I don't see top business people using AI images. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. I like to be wrong. Because if I find out I'm wrong, we can find out what's right, we can all get better. So AI is coming. AI has changed photography. I don't know about other photographers, but over the last 60 to 90 days, my business has gone down more so than the same 60 to 90 day period last year. And I think it is because of AI. Things are changing. So you may want to know what's going on with it. But again, find what's right for you. I don't plan on going into AI as far as my images. I'm still going to do my thing. I'm still going to tell my story. And right now, the stories I tell are not involved in AI. I still want to connect with people. I still want to be as authentic as possible because that's what I enjoy. That's what I like. I need my images and my work to work. Us getting together, having fun, we can do that after hours. We can do whatever we're going to do. But when you come into work, let's work so we can get the results. When we get the results, then let's have fun. Let's have fun when you get to that money. Let's go out after we get to that money. When it's time to work, let's work and let's find out what's going to work for you. So you guys can hit me up, Boswell Media. I do photo, I do video. Most importantly, I do consultations to help you find out what's going to work. Everybody got pictures. Everybody ain't making money.
Well, let me ask you: is the Kesia Show, is it working, sir?
Is what?
The Kesia and Joe Show, is it working?
The Kesia and Joe Show is working.
Because you did the photo shoot for it.
I did the photo shoot for it. I've talked to you guys about it, I guess, on official consultation, because both of you always call me and ask me questions. Right? And I'm honored. When certain people call me, a lot of people don't call me. But certain people call me and ask me questions, and that honors me because of the caliber and what those people do. So when you guys call me, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you options. And I appreciate both of you for listening to the options and then making the move how you feel like it's going to work for you.
Last thing here, when we did our photo shoot, we took a lot of pictures.
We did.
Right. So far, how you see us using the photos, is that a good way, bad way? Because a lot of people don't understand that when you take a photo shoot, that you should use the pictures in a certain way. Do you see Kesia and I using these pictures in a valuable way?
Yeah, you're using them in a valuable way, and I'm going to say this not to blow my own horn. You use them in a valuable way because I taught you how to use them in a valuable way.
You did.
But even before you use them in a valuable way, you need to take the right pictures. You have to tell the story. But the story doesn't start when you post the picture. The story starts before you take the picture. What is the picture going to look like? What are your mannerisms going to be? What are your poses going to be? What's the light going to be? What are you going to wear? What's going to be your facial expression? What's going to be your body position? A lot of people just take the picture and try to look the best they can. That doesn't always connect to the people who are going to come spend money. if you run the business, you have to connect with the people who are coming to spend money. Your friends and family can click like, but don't we say friends and family don't support your business?
Right.
No.
So who you trying to impress? 8 Boswell me.
All right, guys. All right, you guys make sure you follow 8 Boswell. Make sure you follow Keith's page, follow his page, y'all. We hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And make sure you guys, if you guys got time, come down and have coffee with us next Wednesday, same time. But it's Filter Coffee Polish, y'all. And today, y'all know the Joe Like Show is going to be on at 4 o'clock with me, nephew, and Denise. So you guys stay locked in for that. Keith, you're going to be doing some stuff out there on your page too, right?
Absolutely. Just y'all stay tuned for the hot topics, for videos about relationships and marriages and all that great stuff. And also, we're going to do a recap of some of the high points of this show as well for those of you who missed it as well. So stay tuned.
And please follow him because he's hilarious.
He really is. Don't be fooled by the quiet demeanor.
He said he didn't do AI. If y'all looked at our flyer, those pictures was sent to me by him.
Yeah.
The AI picture was his picture, not mine. Okay, that was his.
And I have to give him a compliment because of the photo shoot. I told Joe this because of the photos, because of people said, Joe took a video with me there in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten the most. I did a reel with it. I've gotten the most views on any reel from that reel that he shot with me going in there. He shot 2 videos with me. I've gotten the most views on those reels than any other reels I've gotten. And then number 2, people said they wanted to watch the show because of the images that you took, because we looked like we were having fun. And they were like, man.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's about telling that story, and the story that's going to connect.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, man. You guys stay like that. We appreciate you guys so much. Subscribe, follow, comment. We appreciate you this week.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Maybe to sing a song.
Or
Hey,
just
grab that
making
right
sure
there.
we're off.
Grab that phone because it's not off. No, because you may say something. You still.